What do you want to manifest? Do you want to manifest love, money, or something else your heart can desire? Well, if that's what you're interested in, getting tips and tricks about how to manifest the life of your dreams, stay tuned. Well, hello, my name is Celisa, and I'm coming from the channel Beautifully Me and You. And in this channel, we do work to co-create to make both of our lives more beautiful. Today, I'm going to talk to you about some tips and tricks that I have about manifesting anything you want in your life. And I can assure you that these tips work. You may have watched some of my previous manifestation videos about how I manifested a car, the love of my life, a new job, and I've applied these same techniques over and over. You too can use these techniques to create the life of your dreams. Now, my life is still a work in progress. I'm not even saying that it's perfect, but as I set a goal or try to manifest something, it always works, especially when I follow these tips and tricks. Let's talk about goals. Wait, you know what? Before we do, if you're interested in seeing more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. It helps my channel in its growth. It helps it to be suggested to others who might need the information as well. And if you like this particular video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. All right, let's get started. When manifesting anything we want, we need to set goals or the desires. It might be called that as well, the desires of our heart. We need to actually define those. But for me, before I manifest anything into my life, I make sure that I'm in the best space possible. And that starts for me with meditation. Meditating helps to clear my mind and helps me to get clear about exactly what it is I want. I spoke about that in my video about manifesting the car, that the first step is really to get clear. Also, I have another video, and I'll link it above, which talks about ways that I try to keep my vibrations high. So you don't really want to go into trying to manifest something that you want, something of your desire, if you're not in a good vibration, if you're not in a good space, or as Abraham Hicks says, on that high flying disc. The first thing you want to do is get your vibration in a place of gratitude. Get your vibration in a place of pure joy. And be thankful for the things that you have right now so that you can manifest more to you. That's step one. For me, in meditation, it helps because it helps me to connect with spirit and to remember that I'm not just this human form, but something bigger. And life is great for me, even if I don't have the thing that I'm hoping to manifest. Life is still good. Okay, once you're in your best space and you have everything in your mind clear about what it is you want, we need a goal. The specific goals help us to illuminate our hopes and dreams, and they also help us to get on the path to achieving them. More importantly, it's not just the goal that matters, but how the goal makes us feel, or how we would feel in the achieving of it, you know? Because really the feeling behind it is more important than the goal itself. So it has to be a goal that you can connect to emotionally, and that will help you to only achieve it faster. Now, to manifest this goal that we have, or this desire that we have immense emotions and feelings behind, we need to define the goal, right? When we define the goal, it helps the universe to know exactly what we're asking for. And there is a simple acronym that I use, and it's called the SMART acronym, SMART. Now, I didn't come up with the SMART acronym. Businesses have been using it for years and years in regards to projecting like what they want their company to achieve in a specific fiscal year, or goals that they have about employee retention, about growth of the company, and they've been using the same acronym. It was developed back in November 1981 by a gentleman named George Doran. We're going to give him credit. It's his acronym, and it works really well. And that was even before the law of attraction became big, before The Secret was even spoke about. This is one of the acronyms that was being used on the business sector. But this same acronym can be used to let the universe know exactly what we want, right? Because they were using this acronym to be very specific about the goals and define them. And therefore, we're using the law of attraction without even calling it that. They just listed what it is they desired for their company, and the universe showed up. We too can use the same acronym. So let's get to it. S stands for specific. And we're gonna try to be as specific as possible about what it is we want to manifest. If you wanna, let's say, use it as far as manifesting money, you wouldn't ask the universe for, I would love to receive more money. I mean, that can work, but to be specific would be, I am so happy and grateful now that I have received an extra $50,000. Or, I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. See how much more specific that is? And that's exactly what the S is about. So let's say you're talking about love. If it was love, you can say, I want more love in my life. Well, that might come in the form of more love in your life from your coworkers or your children or people at your church. But when you specifically want to define the goal, if you're looking for a mate, you would try something like, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm in a positive and loving relationship with my soulmate. Or, I am so thankful that I radiate a love so powerful that my soulmate is drawn to me right now. If the S in specific is about, let's say, losing weight, then you're not just going to say something like, I would love to lose weight, but you're going to be very specific and say, I would love to lose 10 pounds. Some of the things to think about when you're thinking of the S being specific would be like who, what, where, how even. And I know I've talked about how is left up to the universe, but it might be included in specific. So think about those defining questions as you're making up your specific goal. M is going to be a measurable goal. So how will you know if you actually hit the target? How will you know if you actually achieved what it is you wanted? It has to be something measurable. You know, if back to the weight thing, you say you want to lose weight, what does that mean? Did you hit your target? Instead, you're going to say something like, I want to lose 10 pounds. And then you can measure yourself. Even if you just want to feel better when you put on your clothes, that's kind of generic. But maybe something like, I want to go down 2 dress sizes. That's very measurable. In regards to money, if you're asking for a certain amount, that's measurable, right? Because as soon as you get to that certain amount, you know you've hit your goal. Love is a little bit trickier when it comes to measurable, but you're gonna have to measure it by other means. It's not just a number that you're looking for, but an overall feeling of joy, a feeling of knowing, a feeling of connection with someone else is what you would measure. The A is for achievable. Basically, in whatever time frame you set up this goal that you want, you have to believe that you can achieve it. When I spoke about the feeling being more important, if you have this goal of making $50,000 in 3 days, and somewhere in the gut, in the pit of your gut, you don't believe that you can achieve the $50,000 in 3 days, you're not gonna get it. Because the universe doesn't go by what you say, but instead what you feel. You have to be able to connect to the feeling of it. You know, and as far as love, a lot of times people are asking for their soulmate or their twin flame or the love of their life, but they're afraid to actually trust and put their heart in someone else's hands, right? So if you're saying you want to meet the love of your life or your soulmate or your marriage partner in the next 3 months, but you're afraid to go on a date, that's not achievable. You don't even believe that it's achievable, right? Because you're not opening yourself up to someone. So goals have to not only be specific, something that you can measure to ensure that you've gotten to the end result, but they have to be something you can get behind, something you can connect with, something you can, feel that feeling that it's possible and believe in it, because the feeling behind the goal is so much more important than just the stated goal. It needs to bring you that good feeling, that trust, that joy that it's gonna happen even before it's happened. And that directly leads to R. R is for relevant. Relevant is the why. Why do you want to achieve this goal? That's gonna connect it directly back to the feeling as well, right? Why do you even want this? It has to be backed with a good feeling for overall benefit for someone other than just yourself. And it might be in a relationship that you want to be able to give and receive love. That might be a part of your goal. As far as the money, you want the money for a certain specific reason, right? Money is good, but money is just an energy that can be transferred for goods and services. That's basically what it is. So what is it you want to transfer it for? The bottom line is the universe wants to get behind whatever your desires are, but it needs to know what they are and why. Those are the two most important questions: what and why. And as far as T, that's timely. And I've already been kind of including it in some of the goals that I've stated from earlier. So it has to have a timetable, something to measure, which is actually the when. By when do you want to achieve this goal? By when can you get behind it and believe it's possible and have the feelings associated with it? And so when you get to the end of all of these specific steps in attracting and manifesting whatever you want, what do you do now? My next video is going to be all about a 21-day manifestation challenge. And in that video, I want to share some specific goals that I personally want to achieve. So I'm going to invite you into my life just a little bit more. And then over the 21 days, I'm going to check in once a week to let you know what steps I'm making towards achieving those goals and if they're actually transpiring. If you enjoyed this video and you made it all the way to the end, then put a comment down below. Comment #manifesting. That's very simple, but it will help my video to be suggested to others who can use these simple tips and tricks and simple tools in order to get closer to the things that they desire. And then stay tuned. And if that means you got to subscribe and hit the bell, then subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I start my 21-day challenge, which will be very shortly. All right, well, I guess that's all that I have to bring to you today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Take care.